Drishtadyumna arranged the Pandava army in the form of a heron. Arjuna took the lead at the front, with Kunti Bhoja and Saibhya forming the eyes of the bird. Drupada, along with his forces, made up the wings, while the rulers of Dasama and Karata were positioned at the neck. Bhimasena and Drishtadyumna formed the wings, and Nakula, Sahadeva, Gadathakesha, Virata, and the king of Kasi formed the body of the army. Yudhishthira and the rest held their positions at the rear. Duryodhana, feeling overly confident after the first day's success, proudly announced, "Brave warriors, victory is within our grasp. Let us move forward with confidence." He then turned to Bhisma, Drona, Kripa, and Asvatha and said, "Each one of you can defeat the Pandava army by yourselves. With their morale low, they will surely be defeated today. Drishtadyumna has arranged their forces in a heron formation, and I request you, Bhisma, to organize ours to match." Bhisma divided the Kaurava army into 3 sections. Dusasana, Vikarna, Vinda, Anuvinda, Surasena, Yavana, and Trigarta formed the left flank. Dronacharya, supported by the forces of Kuntala, Dasarna, Vidarbha, Gandhara, Sindhu, and Savira, took the right flank. Bhisma and the rest held the center, while Kritavarma, Salya, and Duryodhana with his brothers stayed at the rear. Bhisma launched a fierce attack, leading the 3 Kaurava divisions to strike the Pandava forces and break through their defenses. Seeing this, Arjuna turned to Krishna and said, "Bhisma has breached our lines again. We must stop him. Please, take me to where he is." Sri Krishna drove the chariot at incredible speed, bringing Arjuna face to face with Bhisma on the battlefield. Arjuna first shot arrows at Bhisma's feet as a sign of respect, but soon after, he unleashed a torrent of arrows upon the old warrior. Bhisma defended himself, countering Arjuna's arrows with his own. Drona, Kripa, Vikarna, and Salya joined Bhisma, firing arrows at Arjuna. But as the poet described, Arjuna stood firm like a mountain in a storm, skillfully fending off their attacks. He hit Bhisma with 20 arrows, Drona with 60, Kripa with 9, and both Vikarna and Salya with 5 each. At the same time, Abhimanyu, the sons of the Pandavas, and Drishtadyumna came to support Arjuna. The battle grew chaotic, with hundreds of horses, elephants, chariots, and thousands of soldiers dying on both sides. In the midst of the battle, Duryodhana approached Bhisma and said, "Grandfather, Arjuna is destroying our army. I never expected this. He couldn't advance even a step unless you allow it. Now I regret not having Karna here," just as he warned. Bhisma, stung by Duryodhana's words, replied angrily, "Just watch. You will see my true strength." Filled with rage, Bhisma attacked Arjuna fiercely, hitting him with 50 arrows. In response, Arjuna released a powerful fire missile at Bhisma, who countered it with a water missile. The battle between them raged on, each showcasing their immense skill and power. Bhisma struck Krishna with an arrow that wounded him in the chest. Blood began to flow, making Krishna look like a tree covered in red flowers. Seeing this, Arjuna became enraged and attacked Bhisma, striking him repeatedly. The battle between them grew intense and lasted for a long time. In another part of the battlefield, Drishtadyumna faced off against Drona. They fought like 2 powerful bulls, each trying to overpower the other. Drishtadyumna's bow was broken several times, but he managed to bring down Drona's flag. Eventually, Drona killed Drishtadyumna's charioteer and his horses. Furious, Drishtadyumna grabbed a mace and leapt from his chariot, charging at Drona. But Drona quickly shot an arrow that shattered the mace into pieces. Bhimasena rushed in to help. He lifted Drishtadyumna into his chariot and took him to safety. Duryodhana then sent the Kalinga forces to attack Bhimasena. Satyaki, Abhimanyu, and other warriors hurried to support Bhima. Bhima tore through the Kalinga forces, destroying their entire elephant division. Bhisma came to aid the Kalingas, but Satyaki attacked him, killing his charioteer. With the horses wounded by Satyaki's arrows, Bhisma's chariot was pulled away from the battlefield. The Pandava forces celebrated with loud horns and conches. While Bhisma was away, Arjuna seized the opportunity to devastate the Kaurava army. By the time Bhisma returned, the Kaurava forces were in complete chaos. Angered by the destruction of his army at Bhima's hands, Srutayu attacked with reinforcements. His brothers, Ketumanta and Banamanta, joined him in the battle. In the chaos, Bhima lost his chariot and horses, but undeterred, he continued on foot with his mace, charging straight into the enemy's ranks. Banamanta rode an elephant and charged at Bhima, but Bhima struck down both the elephant and its rider. Known for his immense strength, Bhima became famous for his ability to kill elephants by hitting them on the forehead with his mace. Drishtadyumna soon arrived and gave Bhima a ride in his chariot, rescuing him from the battlefield. By the time Bhima returned to the battlefield, the Kaurava army was feeling very defeated. Arjuna had inflicted heavy losses, and Satyaki had performed exceptionally well. Bhima also surpassed his own previous efforts on the second day. Comments from the Kaurava soldiers were filled with admiration for Arjuna's bravery. Even the average soldier recognized and appreciated skill and courage in their enemies, showing a true spirit of sportsmanship. Bhishma, understanding the mood of the battlefield, decided to end the fighting for the day as the sun set. After the battles concluded, soldiers from both sides mingled freely as friends. They arranged music concerts and dramatic performances to entertain the troops, inviting members from the opposing camp to join in the festivities. However, spies were also busy in both camps, sneaking in to gather important information while masked by the night's celebrations.